Hey guys, Wagwan. Today I'm gonna do a video talking about my experience when I went to Spanish Town Hospital to give birth to my son. Also, I want to say condolences to the lady that lost her 14 years old daughter in childbirth in Spanish Town Hospital. My condolences to you and your family, young lady. I just hope you get justice for your daughter, Mom, because your daughter could have been saved. I hope you get justice for your daughter. Alright, so before we get into the video, people, remember to like up the video, comment, subscribe, share, and watch this video. If you're new here, I want to say welcome and thank you so much for all your continuous support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for everything that you have contributed to my channel. So the young lady was a 14 years old young girl who died in childbirth in Spanish Town Hospital. Spanish Town Hospital bring back memories to me, and it's not good memories. My two run-ins with Spanish Town Hospital was not good. And I'm not here to bash the hospital. I'm more to talk about the workers that work in the hospital who lack the key reason why they were employed to that role. They lack the compassion, they lack empathy, they lack care. Yes? So my story went back in 2000 when I had my second son in Spanish Town Hospital. I had my first son in Linstead Hospital, and it was a different experience in Linstead compared to Spanish Town. Anyway, so I went into hospital to give birth to my second son, and I was admitted over a week. My problem that I had when I was pregnant with my son, I used to fall down a lot. Anyway, it was time for me to give birth. So I was admitted because, for them to monitor me because of the constant falling down and all of that. And I think I had preeclampsia at the time, or maybe they did not know that it was preeclampsia. Anyway, I remember I was admitted, and I would go for a scan downstairs, and the baby would not turn headway down for delivery. However, the child passed the due date and all of that. And I remember the child was turning crossway, and we had a meeting, and they decided that the best option for me was for me to have a C-section. However, I was going in and out of pain. Whilst I was admitted there, I was still falling down. I would be walking and I just fall. Yes, I would be walking and I just fall down. Anyway, guys, lo and behold, I went for a scan one morning, and lo and behold, the child turned headway down, position for delivery, for birth, in other words. And they agreed that since the child facing headway down now, and they were going to induce me. Induce is where they give you a drip in your arm, and they would have insert tablet inside the vagina to soften the neck of the womb. Anyway, I remember in the morning my mom came to visit me. She always come to visit me in the hospital and, pray over me, anoint my tummy with olive oil. And I remember my mom anoint my tummy with the olive oil, and she was praying, and she was just prophesying that I'm going to have the baby today, and, stuff like that she was saying. Anyway, after my mom left, evening came down, and even came down a little bit, yes. And I said to them that I don't feel well. I feel like I, was going to have the baby. Anyway, they take me from upstairs. I was on the first floor, and I remember they take me to the delivery room, no, the admission room. Yes, this area is where they admit you before you go to the delivery room. And I remember there was a lot of ladies, pregnant ladies, in the admission room, or admission ward, I should say. And I was in so much pain, and I keep on calling the nurses. I call, and I call, and I call some more. Eventually, one nurse came and she examined me and she said, oh, I'm not ready to give birth yet. I was maybe 1 or 3 centimeters. I can't remember if it was 1 or 3, but I was not ready yet. Anyway, I keep on going to the toilet. I was going to the toilet by myself. No one was there to assist me. The nurses, you call them, they're not coming. You call them some more, they're not coming. Anyway, I remember I went to the toilet and I came back. And I feel like I still want to go to the toilet. Not knowing that this feeling is a natural feeling that you will feel when you're going to give birth. So, because it was my second pregnancy, I had no clue. Yes? Even though I've been through it the first time, wasn't taking note that this is a normal feeling. Anyway, I went to the toilet. I feel that I cannot go to the toilet. I feel like I want to go, but when I go to the toilet, I am not going to the toilet. Anyway, I was calling the nurse to let them know that I feel like the baby was coming down. No nurse not coming. Anyway, I keep on going to the toilet, go in the toilet and come out of the toilet, because as this feeling is pressuring down on me heavily, I feel like I want to go to the toilet to do number 2. Go to the toilet again, nothing happened. Eventually, I went to the toilet and I came back and I want to go up on the bed. I find that this time I cannot go on the bed. I'm calling the nurses them to come and help me. No one is coming. I'm calling the nurses to come and help me. No one coming. Guys, by the time I go on the bed, the baby was coming. You know what? Because I'm calling the nurses so long. If one of them had came to examine me or come to examine me, they would have seen that I'm no longer at that centimeter where I was earlier. Guys, in the admission room, everybody was there, and that's where I had the baby. That's where I had the baby. Everybody could see everything because no nurse was coming when I'm calling them. No, they weren't coming, and I'm telling you, they were there talking. You could hear them talking. You calling, they did not come. It's when the baby came out. When the baby came out, all the time I was in pain. I need help. I feel so weak, like I could not go on the bed. There was no nurse to help me. No nurse was there to help me. It's when I managed to say, you know what, regardless of how I'm feeling, I had to go on this bed, and I made my mind up. And I went up on the bed, and by the time I went up on the bed, the baby was coming. God gave me that extra strength just to go up on the bed. And when I go up on the bed, the baby was coming. I did not go into delivery room. I did not go into the delivery room to have the baby. I had the baby in the admission room because the nurse, they were there talking, and I was calling them. None of them did not come. Not one did come to look to see exactly what was taking place down there. Remember, now I can only feel, but I can't see. When I was calling them at one point, before the baby came, I was telling them that the baby was coming because it felt like the baby was coming. Yes, no one came. And I just had my baby in the admission ward, where ladies could stay there and look at me. This one could come and look at me. I'm telling you, everybody could see everything. That's where I had my baby, in the admission ward in Spanish Town Hospital. After I gave birth in the admission ward, now they want to take me to the delivery room. I don't even know why they bother to take me there, because everything already happened in the labor ward, in the admission ward, I mean. Yes, Spanish Town Hospital, I never forget it. I did not give birth in the delivery room, no, in the admission room. Spanish Town Hospital. Yes. I don't even think it's a hospital. I'm calling names, but it has nothing to do with the hospital. It has to do with the mentality of the nurses that work in the hospital. Their mentality is not nice. They do not come to see what happened when you're calling them. And that same thing happened when my mom was sick. That's my second run-ins. When my mom was sick and admitted to Spanish Town Hospital, before my mom passed, I heard that my mom was calling the nurses. The night when my mom passed, she was in so much pain. And I heard that she was calling the nurses, calling. No one came. No one came. And it's one of the ladies that was admitted to the hospital next to my mom's bed told my sister how she was calling the nurse and no one came. I don't know why they do it. But to be a nurse or to work with persons that are sick, you have to have some sense of compassion. You have to have some sense of care. Yes. And those are my 2 run-ins with Spanish Town Hospital. They did not come. They allowed me to give birth in the admission ward. And my mom was sick to die before she died. And she was calling them and no one came. Those are my 2 bad experiences with Spanish Town Hospital. If I was to go to Jamaica and sick, I would never want to go to Spanish Town Hospital. No. And that's my experience. I do feel for that lady that her daughter died in Spanish Town Hospital in childbirth. And my condolences to you and your family. I pray that you get justice for your daughter. Justice for your daughter. Because they are something else. All right? God bless you all. Bye-bye.